We now are number 8, and China's number 1.
Yep, you heard it right. President Biden has launched an investigation into foreign automotive software, citing potential national security crisis from Chinese technology.
Cars these days are, it's like an iPhone on wheels. You get in your car, you connect your phone, you might receive a text message from your family, from your doctor. The car knows your location, it knows your patterns, everywhere you're going, your routes. It's a huge amount of information, collects some biometric information. And imagine a world in which there are, for example, millions of cars, Chinese cars on US roads, collecting this data every minute of every day on millions of Americans and sending that back to Beijing. That's a scary place to be. By the way, not to mention the fact that your car can't run if the software is disabled. So imagine a world where with the flip of a switch, all of those cars could be disabled. So the threats are potentially very significant, and we want to protect the American people.
Some netizens ain't buying it. They're saying Chinese electric vehicles are like iPhones on wheels. Does that mean they're admitting iPhones collect Chinese people's data? This investigation seems biased, doesn't it? But why would Biden see such things? Is he really scared? What exactly are they afraid of? And amidst all this buzz, what's the future of the booming new energy vehicle industry? Hi, my friend, I'm Sheila Wang, and if you want to stay in the loop with the latest and greatest business and investment insights, don't forget to smash the like button and hit that subscribe. And I'm all ear for your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you are hungry for more detailed investing report, make sure to check out my analysis report down below. Now, let's dive into today's topic. Well, if you think the rise of China's new energy vehicle industry has left Americans shocked, I wouldn't find that too surprising. But saying they're scared, that might be a little bit over the top. Latest report hits a nail on the head of pointing out that there are few Chinese-made electric vehicles on American roads right now. Investigating whether Chinese energy vehicles are engaging in spying activities in the US is actually a distant threat. So, does that mean their concerns are blown out of the proportion? Well, let's take a calm look at the timing of the investigation, and we will see Biden's true intentions. Michigan poll expert Bernie Pern believes Biden's statement is aimed at winning voter support in Michigan.
I give my word, you have the best workers in the world. No, that's not a joke. The best in the world.
You see, Detroit, the heart of the American auto industry, is located in Michigan, which happens to be one of the fiercely contested states in the upcoming 2024 US election. The American headquarters of Chrysler are all based in Detroit. Biden has emphasized the importance of these three automakers and their factory workers in Detroit multiple times. It's undeniable that China's electric vehicle industry has been growing at a faster pace than other countries in recent years, with prices often much lower than American EVs, right? American automakers are expressing near-panic concerns about having to compete with Chinese electric vehicles domestically. And all of this puts political pressures on Biden. Furthermore, according to data from China Passenger Car Association, even in 2023, China exported 5.22 million vehicles, with only 1.73 million being new energy vehicles. The actual number of electric vehicles exported to US is close to zero. On the other hand, the US market sold 6.7 million vehicles in 2023, with over 5.6 million of them coming from Japan. In other words, the US market isn't the main market for Chinese electric vehicles. Take BYD, the world's top-selling electric vehicle brand last year, for example. They haven't exported many electric vehicles to the US yet. So here's the deal, my folks. The US market isn't the primary market for Chinese electric vehicle. Even BYD, the top-selling electric vehicle brand globally, hasn't shipped many electric vehicles to the US. So why are these American politicians acting like it's a major threat? It's a hand-scratcher, isn't it? First of all, the electric vehicle industry in America is lagging behind. Traditional car companies are struggling with supply chains, and even emerging players are facing research difficulties. Some American companies like Apple have already thrown in the towel on developing electric cars, and even the big shots in Europe are delaying their research processes. Secondly, China dominates over 60% of the electric vehicle market, while the US market's penetration rate is 10%. They ain't self-sufficient in the game. And they're worried that when China's affordable and sleek electric cars come rolling in, their cherished automobile industry will take a hit. Chinese electric cars are going global and not only smashing their so-called advantage in combustion engines, but they're even starting to surpass them in the supply chain, just like Elon Musk said.
I think the Chinese car companies are extremely competitive. By far our toughest competition is in China. There's a lot of people who out there who think that the top 10 car companies is going to be Tesla, followed by 9 Chinese car companies. I think they might not be wrong. I think the Chinese car companies are extremely competitive.
So, from another perspective, let's try to put our feet into the shoes of our American friends and imagine the unprecedented pressure they must be feeling. Take BYD, for example. They haven't really cracked the US passenger car market, but they've already grabbed an 80% market share in the electric bus market. The main reason they haven't jumped into the US passenger car market is because they're considering the complexity of the American market. What's more, the policy factors cannot be ignored. Even though BYD ranks number 1 in global sales, their passenger car sales in the US are almost non-existent. Furthermore, BYD faces restrictions and trade protection policies imposed by the US on Chinese companies, which could hinder their expansion. On the other hand, BYD faces tough competition from rivals like Tesla and high costs and investment challenges of zero-emission vehicles, which could affect their progress in the US market. Currently, BYD is fighting back and trying to break through the challenges in the US market. And here we got a secret news that BYD has recently confirmed that they're looking for a location to build a factory in Mexico to expand their market share there. In fact, Elon Musk himself has boldly claimed that, apart from blocking the market, the US is powerless to stop China.
The Chinese car companies are the most competitive car companies in the world. I think they will have significant success outside of China, depending on what tariffs or trade barriers are established. If there are not trade barriers established, they will pretty much demolish most of the car companies in the world.
China has a robust infrastructure and industrial base, and if the US doesn't throw up trade barriers, China could gobble up a significant chunk of the global market share and even dismantle American car companies. If you come to here, my friend, maybe it's not hard to find a reason why Americans lag behind in energy vehicle industry. Protectionist policy. Unlike China, they're not exactly open to foreign car companies entering their markets. Sure, allowing foreign companies might temporarily dent the local car manufacturers' sales, But in the long run, the benefits outweigh the drawbacks, especially for countries that are technically behind. I just want to see, maybe it's a gene of the Chinese guys. They're not afraid of the competition. China, on the other hand, takes a different approach. Let's take a look at China. On the other hand, they take a totally different approach. They don't throw around threats like American car threats, Japanese car threats, or German car threats. Nope. They actually welcome foreign car companies and encourage fair competition. China could easily shut the door on Tesla, but instead, they build bridges and pave the way for them to enter the Chinese market. Even Musk himself praised China's attitude towards this. It's indeed that open, inclusive mindset has made China's car industry mighty strong. And with the rise of electric vehicles, they're making some bold moves. Now, let's talk about the American market. They've got the big dogs like General Motors and Ford, and even the Japanese and Korean car companies like Toyota and Honda. They all have a decent share there. But these established giants don't want the new players on the block to grow and pose a threat to them. So they put up roadblocks and made it tough for the newcomers. Despite the US government offering hefty subsidies of $7,500 per vehicle, they still can't create a second Tesla. Recently, we've seen new American players like Fisker, Lucid, and Ray-Ban making plans to enter the Chinese market. They know where the action is. China's market is still more dynamic compared to the almost stagnant US electric vehicle market. China's inclusive market approach has opened its doors to American newcomers, welcoming them to compete with domestic EV companies. It's a whole different story from how US government operates. Maybe some of the friends will ask me, where the China's confidence comes from? Well, I think the underlying reason behind this difference in approach is that China's energy industry has stronger technological capabilities, and they're not afraid of competition. That inclusiveness will continue to drive the growth of Chinese automotive market and keep them ahead of the game. It's a shame that both Trump and Biden don't seem to understand this. By restricting Chinese car company, they're only creating a cozy environment for Ford, General Motors, and the likes, making it difficult for Fisher, Nikola, Lucid, Ray-Ban, and other new players to make progress. Compared with Americans, Germans, on the other hand, have got their act together. Volkswagen realized that the key is to seize the market with technology and products. So they teamed up with Chinese car makers Xiaopeng Models to launch their first vehicle based on Xiaopeng's EV platform. Toyota also have some cooperative projects with BYD. So we can see that the rest of the world is waking up to the potential of electric vehicles, and the Chinese car companies are actively exploring overseas markets. In 2023, China exported a whopping 4.22 million vehicles, surpassing Japan and Germany to become the world's #1 exporter. To lower export costs, BYD have even rented and built a car transport ship. Just recently, their first transport ship arrived at the port of Bremerhaven in Germany. To sum it up, my friend, the US ban on Chinese car companies won't make a dent. So, folks, the name of the game here is inclusivity. That's how we achieve a win-win situation here. The China gets it, and it's time for the US to catch up. That's all for today, my friend. I hope it's useful as usual. See you next time.